Well, apparently their location is going down, or was going down early today for... Every time I want to say investigation, but I know that's not the right word. It's basically
we're
just
live.
It's basically just quick examination before the actual fair opens up late next week.
Ah.
Okay. But for that process, they need to make sure all employees are off the site. But we weren't quite finished preparing the location, so I was told to come in really, really early in order to finish things off before we inevitably get kicked off of the facility. So yeah, I worked until like noon, but on the other hand, I have been up so gosh darn long. I am tired.
Dude, that sounds awful.
Hey,
hello, Creeper. Welcome in, everyone.
But plus, I had to get the weekend off, so
I
can't complain, I guess. And I worked fewer hours today, so.
All right, let me see if this is working. It appears to be. Because I want to do a test roll for me to see whether or not DD Dice is working. Should be.
DD.
Let's see.
I rolled, but it did not show up, and no one else's are showing up.
That is very annoying.
You know, screw it, I think I'm gonna refresh.
Hey, look, a natural 20.
No, at least I didn't make any sound. That's nice.
Yes.
I got my first nat 20, guys, but it doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Gosh darn it, game.
I like I said Galmar twice.
It looks like it shows up on stream. I'm okay as long as it shows up on stream because I can look at that.
Well, I have a calculation for what it says my roll was on the stream itself. It looks like I rolled a 16.
Yeah, I'm not sure. 23. Oh, it didn't show me raise. Oh, because it moved raise up. That's super weird.
I will also try to refresh, I suppose.
I might eventually... Actually, you know what? Let me try something real quick.
We may not just need a different thing to use entirely, not just a different server.
Yeah, let's see. Because I might just have it be so you guys look at the DDD Dice room, but we'll see. Dice log. And then let me try doing... Oh, that's neat. It does a invisible line. Let me try something real quick. Also, you guys can move your attacks into the hotbar, so you guys can use them more easily.
Oh shoot! I forgot about my gun.
Yeah,
I forgot my gun.
My gun.
Yeah. You can move your gun's icon into your hotbar, and you can use it consistently, which is super cool to me. Let me.
How am I going to attack 3 times in a consistent manner?
Why does this not want to do that? Where's my dice?
Yeah, mine got deleted when we moved over, over as well.
Is it because...
Let's see if this works. Oh.
Core staff for the shillelagh. Is it because of that? Is that what needed to be happening?
That did not work as
I just found out I could zoom in.
That's annoying. Should have worked. I'm going to kill you, DD. There we go. Okay, there's one DD dice. Okay.
You just had to threaten it for a second.
Say word weapons. Interesting. Okay, I'll think of one. Do another roll for me, somebody, real quick. Okay, so that is working now. Sweet.
No, I can see stuff.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know how long that's going to last, but at least it shows up on the screen. Dakota, do a roll real quick. Any roll, I don't care.
Yeah.
Thank you, Creeper. Okay, yeah, so you're
that one didn't show up. That one didn't show up in chat for me.
That's super
weird. It showed up
weird.
in chat for me. Did you refresh?
One sec.
If it doesn't show up in chat for you, you can always look at this room. There you go. You can always look at that link, and you can, if you're logged in with your account, and you can see the rolls as they happen.
We need to do troubleshooting like 10 minutes in advance in the future.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why the chat's been having issues. It should be working fine, but I think one of my modules is fucking it, so I'm gonna have to play around with it and see which one's fucking it up, which is super annoying. Anyways, alright, welcome in everyone. Let me see who's all here today. Welcome in Potato, and congrats on getting first. Welcome in Ducky Momo, welcome in Creeper, welcome in Ray and Azario, as well as Pocket. And I feel like I missed somebody, but I don't think I did. No, I should be fine. Okay, and welcome in my players as always. If you guys have not seen my players before, you guys can check them out right there. All of them who have links that you're able to go to. Absolutely go feel free to check them out. If you guys have not seen our heroes before, absolutely go check that out if you would like. We will, yep, thank you. And we are currently at, as you can see, 163 on the timer. And I will attempt to start it, see what happens. Yes, 3 minutes and 8 seconds. And I will do my normal intro. Greetings, dear spirits, and welcome to the Tables of Tartarus, a division of Purgatory Corner, where fate is bound by dice and stories are carved into eternity. I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we're going to be continuing the tale of Tyrant's Wrath with my wonderful players, Ania, Galmar, Dakota, Aldif, and Sapphire. Hi, guys.
Hello,
No.
hello.
Hello.
Now, unfortunately, Cyril will not be joining us today as he is still dealing with moving into his new house and trying to fix up like his shower and a few other things like that. But take your seat at the table and let the threads of destiny unravel before you. Every story belongs somewhere in here. Your next chapter begins. All right, so last episode, I think primarily that was spent I need a refresher real quick. Where's your notes in here?
So we generally talked amongst ourselves first, and we decided to go to the inn at the outskirts. I believe Traveler's Rest is the name of it.
Yeah.
And we hung out at the inn, we partied, we got cheesecake in memorization of Rue. Aldith got a little bit emotional, because Aldith still feels a little bit outside of the party. Then we all went to sleep at the inn, and the next morning Cyril left early without telling anyone, as he do. Gelmar did notice and tried to follow him, but but Cyril cheated and ran off on his stag over to the blacksmith that Gelmar likes. And Cyril got the blacksmith to take all his measurements, so Gelmar would have them when Gelmar arrived. And as soon as Gelmar arrived, Cyril left, and before Gelmar could follow him, the blacksmith distracted him with tales of grandeur, which Gelmar loves, because Gelmar loves stories. So Cyril got away again. The rest of the party was waking up one by one. Sapphire talked to Solstice, someone from her past that she does not remember, and even briefly remembered a little bit of her past, like a single memory. They talked for a bit. Solstice left, but promises to see Sapphire again. Then everyone else was waking up except for Ania. Dakota, when Dakota showed up, 2 people came inside who basically said, hey, we belong to your patron that you left, and we are going to kill you, like, in a month. And then they left. Dakota tried to shoot one. It turned out to be an illusion, so the shot did not work, but it did wake Ania up, so Ania came down. And then everyone panicked for a little bit, and I think you can fill in any blanks I've missed.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened. And then you found the shadow as well, kind of spying on y'all. Whether that shadow is a being or a creature or something of that sort, you guys are unsure. But there is definitely something that has been watching your group and is of some concern. Aldif was outside for a while, working on practicing her swordplay and generally just training. before walking in and trying to protect Dakota from the two people that walked in. One was a female assassin, kind of short, but pretty much wearing like very, very, not quite skin tight, but very form-fitting clothes. She made pretty much absolutely no sound while walking. If not for a fact that you could see her, you would not believe she was there. The other guy was a half-elf. He had kind of silvering hair. He seemed somewhat older, although based on your knowledge of physiology, he was probably about in his 30s, but he looked much older than that. He was very calm and very collected. He did not seem interested or even concerned with the idea of you guys performing combat on him, which is likely because he either wasn't there or while he was walking away, they turned into illusion, something of that sort. But he did not seem particularly concerned with the situation. He did, in fact, say that they would be hunting Dakota, but he said that they would specifically be hunting him after they cured the ambassador. Whenever that period may be, once the ambassador was in decent health, he would be dying after that, he had stated. And then he tossed a coin to Dakota, which had a, I believe, ram's skull and snake's tail on either end. And essentially said whoever he gives this coin to is his mark, and he has never failed in retrieving this coin. He left, and Dakota attempted to shoot him. Ania was super concerned, ran down. Sapphire had been watching the entire time, trying to make sure that he didn't get his, teeth kicked in, and protect him while she can. Nothing obviously happened from that. And then Dakota just kind of sat down. Aldith seemed to be in some form of either rage or annoyance or something of that sort and constantly paced back and forth. Gelmar checked up on her, and then eventually Sapphire contacted Cyril.
Gelmar.
I believe it was Gelmar.
Isn't Gelmar still at the blacksmith?
No, you're right. Sapphire contacted Sapphire contacted Cyril.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say she never actually got around to contacting me by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Also, in my notes, with Solstice and Sapphire, Sapphire has to undergo something called the Whispered Trials in the western section of Technolopolis.
Yeah. I believe he said there were 3 trials specifically, although he wasn't very forthcoming with most of the information revolving around that. But he did want her to go to the western edge of the Technolopolis whenever she was free, I believe is what he said, or something of that sort, her earliest convenience, or just when she was able, so on. And yeah, so that's pretty much where you guys are at the moment. Sapphire having contacted Cyril, and then Ania having also contacted him, saying, effectively, where, Ania go.
Oh, so we're going with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So since Cyril won't be here, we're going to say Ania contacted Cyril and be like, you don't have to come immediately. Those guys aren't going to kill us for a month or something like that. So you can take your time.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in immediate danger. And Gelmar still has not been contacted.
One knows where Gelmar is. Oh, God. All right. So we will start with while everyone is in town, kind of talking amongst themselves. We will start with we'll start with Dakota. You are sitting down, I believe, at the table with Sapphire and Ania, as Ania and Sapphire both have gotten their basically an energy drink of sorts. What's going on with you? What's in your mind? What's interaction are you having?
I think Dakota's probably still fidgeting with the coin that he was tossed. He's currently trying to remember if he knows anything about how his how the knights like other warlocks work, trying to like figure out like a plan and waiting for Cyril to come back. He's currently like panicking, but like
Okay.
deep in his mind.
The main thing that you would know about most of the other warlocks that he has, that your patron has, is that your patron, kind of similar to how he treated you, does not give two shits about his warlocks. They come and they go quite quickly. You're one of his longest warlocks that he had. They don't often survive after they leave his services, although you've never really questioned it before. And not a single one of them work the same as everyone else. They all have their own methods of doing stuff. And as long as they get the job done, your patron could not care less what that method may be, regardless of how immoral or hostile or weird or religious that method may be. You don't think he ever gave a shit.
Okay.
Let's go with...
Does the coin have like any like insignias on it? Is it just like any old coin or?
There's a ram skull on one end and a snake tail on the other one. It's a very old coin that you might see in like old elven history. Maybe like 600, 700 years ago. It was a regular trait that people would give, usually for goods and services, that the elves designed to deal with dragonborns and dwarves, and one other. Oh, and probably gnomes too, to a degree. It's less a currency, and it's more often used as like a promise of sorts, like a goods and services. You would give the coin as saying that you will do whatever the goods and services is, whenever they would require it, and then usually get the coin back once your job is done, and then you can keep trading that back and forth.
Okay. All right. I'll probably want to show this to Cyril to see if he knows anything more about it.
Okay. Ania, you're saying next to Dakota. What's in your mind?
Ania currently is getting up and asking the barkeep if she can get one of these in like a vial to go for like another day. But other than that, in her mind, she's just like, well, I don't have to worry about this for like a month, so that's great. She's actually not entirely worried, partially because the due date is so far away, partially because she thinks she has multiple ways of tackling the situation. So to her, like, we got plenty of time to deal with this. We are at Haven. I am not bothered.
Okay, cool. He would give you one for like 2 silver because it's a semi-expensive concoction.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna put one of those in one of my potion vials. That's for later.
Nice, nice. Sapphire, how you feeling about this situation?
Sapphire's dead.
Not dead.
Oh, there you are.
I was trying to think of what I'm feeling. First,
no.
that I need to wake up, obviously. And then it was too early for this crap.
Yeah.
I believe Sapphire would be more worried about, like, yes, they said they'd wait, but how soon after we finish this mission will they wait, or will they attack?
It's a good question. Yeah.
So there's a lot of like unknown about it, and she doesn't like that.
Okay, interesting. I like that. And Aldith, how are you feeling?
She's probably still pacing, but her pacing has slowed down. But she's still like, you can see smoke coming out of her ears. Like she's sort of just stewing at this point. It's a lot of just in her head, like, you know, she's just really struggling to figure out why it seems that wherever she goes, death seems to follow her type beat.
Okay. Interesting. And Gelmar, you're away from the whole party inside of the forge. What's going on through
I have no
your
idea
mind?
what's going on.
Yeah. What's going on through your mind at the moment?
Mostly confusion about Cyril's situation, but also I'm under the situation of I have no idea where on earth this man has gone from here on out. But I do have the numbers necessary to get started here. I don't have enough material to finish, but at the very least I have a couple basic materials I could use for the process, so I'm mostly just processing those into plates at the moment.
Okay, cool. Alright, with that in mind, what are you guys going to be doing for the rest of this day? And then we'll split up a little bit into other bits and pieces. Because you guys do have a month of downtime, which will carry you into lore. Into Spectral, which is effectively October.
Ania does plan to go to the forge because she assumes Gelmar's there, and she knows she has Gelmar's stuff, and also to make sure Gelmar knows what's going on, and if not, inform him. She'll tell that to the party. That's where she plans to go next.
Cool. How do y'all respond? Dakota?
Everyone's still hungover.
Sorry, what's happening?
Nia told everyone she's going over to the forge where Gelmar probably is at. She just assumes that's where Gelmar is. And so that's where she's going next, and Cyril might be there.
Okay. I think Dakota will want to come along then.
Okay. Was that Sapphire?
I said Sapphire as well.
Okay. All right. And Aldith, are you going to stay behind or are you going to follow with them?
She's going to follow with it. Dakota's going. She's going.
Yeah, she's going to be Dakota's bodyguard for at least a week until she calms down.
That's fair. That's fair. Much. All right. As you guys start kind of going through the town, it's about the same as it used to be. They did say they were going to pull down the checkpoints. Yeah, the checkpoints and stuff. And you guys do see that they have been pulled down, and there are not a significantly larger increase of people as you guys are walking through to Technolopolis. But it's a decent amount of people who are walking into Technolopolis now. Most people have jobs that require them to go back and forth rather constantly. And so they have to make up for lost time from the other day. So as you guys are walking through streets, they are remarkably busy. And it takes you guys a minute to get through everything. Aldith and Ania, roll me a perception check, if you would.
Perception check.
Wow.
Not good perception checks for me.
Oh, yeah. And Aldith?
Give me a minute. I'm still figuring this shit out.
More than fine. Let me know if you need any help. I appreciate that.
The energy drink actually nerfed my perception.
Jesus.
My mind is awake, but I can keep track of nothing.
Very fair, very fair. You are like looking back and forth, but there's a lot of people. And there's a lot of noise that's going through as well. I'd probably see you guys are walking through a crowd of like 50 or 60 people that you're just like constantly having to weave between. So it's really hard for you to keep your focus on like anything around you with that much stimulation. Aldith kind of similar to you, but obviously you're focused on Dakota to a degree. Every now and again, I would say... because you'd probably be looking around and shit like that. You see kind of random things start happening around you. They're very sparse and very sparse and very rare. But you see stuff like shingles on a rooftop, for example, falling down and nearly hitting like 2 or 3 people, like 2 feet to your right, you know, or a barrel that gets knocked over into the middle of the street, and a couple people like stumble into it, and it's just like maybe 5-10 feet away from you. And you guys almost like get knocked into a few people, but everything still moves somewhat smoothly. Nothing that truly impacts you or disrupts the flow of the party's movements or anything like that. But it's like random things that you would notice just kind of being around the town. Yeah, you've dealt with this for a lot of your life, which is one of the reasons why you would kind of start noticing it, but it'd be like in the back of your head. To a degree, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm catching what you're throwing down.
All right. But you guys walk up to the forge after a good half an hour or so of walking. You guys woke up kind of early in the day, probably like 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, sometime like that, on day 10, I believe. So you guys walk into, or up to, and then into the forge. You guys see Gelmar just clanging away at the different metals that he has, slowly forging plates and different bits like that. And you guys see Boren standing to the side, just arms crossed and watching Gelmar's progression as he forges.
I would imagine there's also like a random drum in the corner that currently nobody's at.
Oh, yeah.
Ania's going to walk up and she's just going to offer her bag to Gilmer. She's going to hold it open. Here.
When did you get here?
Just now.
Hi. Thank you.
Hi, did you hear from Cyril?
I tried to follow as long as I could. It seems he knew I was following him, but I'm not 100% certain what just happened, to be honest with you.
Wait, he left without you? I thought you were both going to the forge.
Yeah, he stopped here first, it seemed. And then, as I was catching up with him, he immediately turned and rode off.
I'm going to bother him later.
Yeah, as soon as I figure out where on earth he went. He says,
Dakota has the assassins, by the way.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Chokes on his drool, like, huh?
The Knights apparently sent in some warlocks to kill me.
Great, just what we needed.
Apparently they're not gonna kill me until after we help the Elven Ambassador. But they let me know first for honor.
That doesn't sound like any kind of assassin I've ever heard about. That's weird.
Yeah.
On that note, how do you feel about arm protection, like shields or something like that? Bracer, perhaps? Sounds like we're all probably going to need a little bit more protection out there if we've got these weirdos breathing down our necks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had before, but they the type of thing that might, I don't know, get in the way of my gun shooting, or?
I think I have an idea that might work. It probably isn't going to offer much protection, but I'd imagine it will offer a little bit.
I'm up for anything.
In that case, he says, turning over to the side and grabbing the roll tape. May I see an arm real quick?
Yeah.
Yuki.
I'm just... Holy crud, I just look over the stream and I just see a crap ton of subs. What's going on?
Hi, Yuki. Your timer looks a little low. I appreciate you.
He's actually going to measure your arm specifically from your elbow over to your wrist, as well as around that general section of your arm.
You're so sweet, Yuki.
I suspect a quick arm guard probably could be usable for at least a little bit of protection. Probably not much, but I'd imagine you could probably block a projectile or two if need be with something like this. Just need to use a light enough metal, and it shouldn't weigh you down at all.
Yeah,
But that's
just
for a little
just
later, he says, scribbling down the details on a page on the side.
yeah. No, thank you. Just keep in mind there's a lot less weight behind the yarn than it looks.
That's fair. If it's all the same to you, I'm planning to make one for your offhand, unless that's more actively used than I understand.
Nah, it's usually just the one.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But thank you, sir. Means a lot.
Oh, believe me, I don't think any of us exactly wants to have to deal with something like this after us. Least of all, someone like you at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. He reaches into the bag of holding and immediately starts pulling out the daggers.
And he just stands by with the bag.
Thank you, he says, slowly pulling out more and more. How many did we even have? There was a lot.
Did I keep track of it, or did you?
I did not. I deleted it from my inventory at the moment we put it in the bag.
I'm sure I have it somewhere. I'll look for it. You guys can keep going.
I mean, it doesn't matter that much. We already know I have enough for the ongoing project combined with the other scrap I had lying around. I'm just trying to decide if I have enough of this stuff for the arm guard I'm planning to make for Dakota.
Let me look. I'm sure I hit it somewhere. Here we go. 20 pounds of general scrap, mostly bloodied cult knives, the father's armor, and random cold iron scrap, a single piece, 3 pounds. Father's armor, I wrote down some numbers, 5,510 and 222, 220, but I didn't write down what those numbers mean.
That is fair. 1 sec. I need to double check how heavy a set of...
I'll just put this in the Discord for you.
That's fair. I'm just trying to look up the actual weight of the armor I'm trying to build. Just to see if I have any excess.
I'm sure you can buy some.
I appreciate you, Yuki, for another 10 subs. Jesus Christ. A little bit of a sidetrack here for a second, just because we've gotten so many subs in the last couple of minutes. We are now at a shocking, staggering 193 subs. Which is fucking insane to me, but I appreciate you so very, very much, Yuki. For that, let me just switch screens for just a moment here for you guys can see this. I'll be asking, oh my god, Yuki.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need to get some extra.
Never mind, we're at 203 subs now. We've hit all my normal goals. Made outfit time, bitch. Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but yes, we've now hit 170 subs, so I will be asking my mother if she wants to do a stream with me. We'll have a week of 12-hour streams, we'll have Scuff Karaoke stream, and we will have a made outfit model for my made outfit redeem for my female model once we get to it, because you guys are fucking insane.
Hey Sen.
Yes.
How much would, say, 10 pounds of steel cost?
10 pounds of steel, like proper steel or steel scraps, or
does not matter, just need some meltable material.
10 pounds of steel. God damn, Yuki, 100 gifts is insane. 10 pounds of steel IRL would be roughly Oh my god.
You're
Just give
actually
me the
going to be able to
fucking-
calculate this off of real life cost?
I can give a rough estimation. Jesus Christ, Yuki.
Oh, dear
Fucking...
God.
I don't know what the fucking cost of it is. Tell me what the fucking pound of it is. Oh, it's like less than 10 cents a pound? Really? For
Are
steel?
you serious?
That's
would- So that's literally just $1?
well, we're talking like modern times versus medieval times.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's true. Oh, because it's priced by the ton. I see. Because people don't usually get it for small
Okay, now I need
amount.
to actually check.
Okay, so I would say if you're trying to get 10 pounds of it in a small quantity in medieval times, I would probably say I'll do 2 silver. 2 silver.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think 2 silver would be reasonable for 10.
I will pay that. And I will get the steel ingot. Well,
All right.
probably an oversized steel ingot, but yeah.
No worries. All right. So, and yeah, did you say 20 pounds of general scrap? Yeah, 20 pounds of general scrap is what you guys got from all that. So, pretty good. Sorry, I was completely derailed from how many subs I just got in the last 5 minutes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so you are making the thingamabob, the chest plate, using all the scraps. What are you doing with the father's gear, if you will?
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything with the father's gear. We're keeping that.
Okay, cool.
I might use the cold iron scrap for the arm, or for the bracer, though.
Ooh,
Wouldn't imagine
fancy.
it would require too much for that.
Yeah,
And
the
because
bracer should be
cold
fairly
iron's
easy.
good for, and because cold iron's useful for other interesting purposes.
Cold iron would not be good for Dakota because it's going to sting because of changeling.
Oh crap! Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need to.
It's gonna it's gonna be like allergic reaction.
That is fair. Okay. So
I don't know if
find something
Gelmar would
else
know
for
that though.
That's right. He doesn't know.
Does
Crap.
Dakota know?
Well,
He doesn't
I
know.
Dakota
He kept.
probably knows.
No.
Hmm?
Gelmar does not know. He never actually saw you transform.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Wait.
I think you're the
no,
No,
Dakota transformed to
showed-
hug Rue.
Oh, yeah, well,
Dakota-
you guys were
Dakota-
fighting the
Oh.
spiders.
No.
Yeah, well,
Gelmar was
that's
focused on the
exactly-
spiders. He didn't see.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair.
he's
That's
focused
fair.
on spiders.
Dakota did his whole big reveal to everybody, right? Was Gelmar there? When Dakota was
Oh, inside the cabin.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
might have actually
But-
mentioned it. Never mind.
but does Gelmar know that cold iron will hurt a Fae,
Definitely.
and that
That one
changelings are
probably not.
Fae?
That
Yeah.
definitely not.
I assume Dakota knows. I'm assuming that probably at one point
I
Dakota
mean-
ran cold iron.
I
I'm
mean,
sure
you could
someone's
direct.
used cold iron.
Yeah, I mean, you could see him going for the cold iron scrap and tell him no.
He probably learned it sometime in his time with the elves. Probably.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, probably. Yep. Yeah, you would know.
Good lord.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys just like,
So
no,
Dakota could
don't
be like,
use the
"Don't do
cold
that."
iron.
Yeah, it's just, Dakota sees Gelmar like reaching for like some iron type things, like iron doesn't do well with he glances to Aldith, hesitates. It's like dragonborns of the orange species.
it doesn't match his aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. It's not very cowboy-like.
Fair enough. What sort of material would you prefer that I use? I can give you all different options.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, copper is known for strong durability. Bronze even more so. Could also recommend Invar. It's usually used a bit more in gnomish machines, but it probably isn't going to be exceptionally expensive. Oh, never mind that it contains iron. Let's see here. Could probably make you a piece using lead or perhaps aluminum. Lead would be a lot heavier, but probably you make it into a sharpened point if you for a quick jab or something. If that would be more interesting. Materials doesn't exactly agree with the innards of most species.
Mm-hmm.
Aluminum, on the other hand, is also very heavy and exceptionally brittle.
Yeah,
Let's see.
some durable and light. I don't need something that for jabbing. Generally speaking, I try to avoid being close to the enemies if I can help it.
Fair.
Hold on, I might end up needing to jab. I don't know how these warlocks might work. They probably know about my strategy, so I should probably be prepared for all the outcomes. But then again, if they're close enough to me, I'm probably already dead. But
I see your points. Above game, let me double check the weight of bronze and copper.
I think bronze, is a little bit heavier than copper typically.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is, because it's a mixture of copper and tin, so...
Yeah.
But it is a lot more durable.
Fair.
Still, copper probably. He would be a better option.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more soft of a metal, but would still be usable for something like this. And it's non-iron based, so...
Yeah.
And it'll match the orange.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is this a lightweight metal is the question.
I feel like bronze should be lightweight.
No, Amazon, I do not care about your copper jewelry. I don't care if the entire thing is considered lightweight. I want to know if copper in general is considered lightweight.
Bronze is not a light metal, is denser than many other metals, and even heavier than iron.
Okay, so that's off the table. Let's see. Chances are cobalt would be extremely expensive. Same with titanium.
That would be pretty cool, though.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
And
Mithril does exist in this world, though. I believe that is a default D&D metal type.
Yeah.
How expensive is that?
Exceedingly.
I was going to say, it's by default a magical metal.
The only place on the entire continent that there is even a record of mithril is the Mithril Citadel, which is named because it found mithril. And the only one on record from the Elven Citadel's records that has anything of mithril is the Dwarven King himself.
I suppose I could also technically go and commission like a carpenter to build like a wooden bracer as well.
Yeah. Wood and iron are
the
going to
same,
be the most common materials used for most armor and weapons.
No, let's not do that one. Let's see.
And Nia's gonna lean over to Dakota, like, me and Sapphire can make you a bone bracer.
Oh.
Leather and bone. I love that. It's fucking metal as hell.
That's what's going through Dakota's mind right now. He like thinks about it. Well, I've never worn bone before, but
You want a bone bracer?
It's just like book 4.
I have another idea, but I'm not certain how well it would come together. I don't suppose I could borrow a mortar and pestle. I believe you had one in your herbalism kit, perhaps? I think I've seen you using it.
Are you gonna use it for metal?
No.
Okay. And she'll hand over the mortar and pestle cautiously.
He actually legitimately pulls up a sleeve and starts rubbing off a few of his scales into the bowl before beginning to crush those up.
Ooh.
Oh, even better. If you do you shed those?
Of course.
Can I have
Don't you-
some sometime?
He gives you a confused look. What? I suppose. What are you planning to do with those?
Potions.
He gives you a very quizzical look. Sure. We generally shed a fair bit of them on a day-to-day basis. He says, still giving you an uncertain look.
And he is ecstatic.
Still, he will proceed to grab the pestle and starting to grind up the scales that he just dropped in there.
Fancy.
It should serve as a passable carbon substitute for, at the very least, Cyril's armor.
Dude, having fucking silver dragon scale dust in your armor. Fucking hell.
Literal.
That's so cool. Alright.
Yep, that was kind of my thought. Especially considering, if memory serves, when we examined the daggers, they were straight iron, which is technically a component of steel, but it's not steel yet. It needs carbon, and it needs to be carbon infused for that.
Yeah. All the knives are just general scrap, mostly iron, a few of them steel, and some of them like a slightly different style of metal, but most of them are pretty much just raw metal that was just kind of like not carved per se, but shaped into a knife. Extremely simple in design, and definitely not meant as anything other than a semi-useful tool per se. But yeah. So you were making the armor and all that. Does anyone else interact with him, or Boren to the side, or?
I don't think so. I think Dakota is mostly just looking at the scales and wide-eyed, a little kid in a comic book shop.
That's adorable. All right. Aldef, what are you doing?
Just watching.
Fair enough.
Just watching with like a very curious eye, but also just, standing close to Dakota. Making sure.
Trying to figure out the Dakota lore.
Yeah.
The Dakota lore.
Dakota. I will say, inside of this shop, and you're wearing like, you're wearing half mail at the moment. You're wearing what would effectively be close to plate armor, is what I would say. Stat wise, it would probably just be plate armor. But so you're in like a full set of armor and stuff. Probably missing like a few bits and pieces, but not much. So I'll say you would definitely be one of the first people to notice this. Obviously, Gelmar doesn't care because he grew up in a forge. But the rest of you would also have felt this. It's 117 degrees inside this forge. It's hot. And there is a roaring flame that Gelmar often uses to like put the melt into, less than 10 feet away from you guys, and its flames reach over 10 feet up. There's like a 15-foot ceiling inside this forge, and these flames are reaching like 10 feet or so. So it's hot as fuck in this room.
Dakota's fanning himself with his hat.
Oh, Dakota took off his hat.
Ooh, doggy.
Once Gelmar takes out all of the metal and he was like, just gonna leave.
Slowly walks out, just like, oh, no, thank you.
Bye, Gelmar.
You're up. Fair enough. I'll see about getting this back to you when I'm finished today.
Okay.
He says, gesturing to the mortar and pestle.
It's about probably low 70s outside. Obviously, for you get from the forge, the
chilly.
closer it gets 7. Yeah. So it just like drops temperature wise as you step outside from overheated to pleasant to that's a brisk wind. But on the plus side, you have your coat to help with that. So, but yes, Dakota, Olive, and Sapphire. You guys are still inside the forge. Are you going outside with Ania to escape the heat, or are you gonna watch Gelmar?
I think Dakota will probably follow Ania.
Sapphire too.
All right.
Alda follows Dakota.
As Ania walks out, Sapphire turns around and starts following. Dakota, fanning himself, turns around, and Alda's just staring at Dakota and slowly walks behind.
Yeah, I figure with the big cloak and whatnot, and the fact that I imagine the place Dakota grew up was probably relatively cold. I don't think Dakota likes the heat very much.
Mm-hmm. Nah, you grew up in a very cold place, especially with how high up it was and stuff. So you're used to like 60s to 50s. Doubling that is equivalent to hell.
Yeah,
Especially in your coat.
Yeah.
You're absolutely overheated in less than 5 minutes of walking into the area. Oh, hi, Antash. Nice to see you. But yes, you all walk out of the area. And I would say probably at this point, Cyril would have started approaching your party. Obviously, since he's not here, we're not going to do any roleplay about it. But essentially, just kind of a little bit concerned about everything. But since you guys all seem to be fine and Gelmar's inside the forge as he usually is, he's just stopping by for a second before he continues most of his errands. He delivers.
Yeah, just making sure Dakota's not dead and all that.
Yeah, pretty much. He delivers to Dakota a small, extremely pretty looking horn that he hands over to you.
All right.
And he tells you...
Do I have any idea what this is? Okay.
Not in the slightest. But he tells you that it's you can use it to summon an elk like he has. So you don't have to rely on your horse.
Okay.
Because your horse is kind of a prick.
Does Dakota even have the horse still?
He would, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I have the horse.
Yeah, he essentially the dealer just mimics all of the night stuff because she doesn't know what's good, what's bad, what's wants, what doesn't. So yeah, his horse is the exact same. Still just a piece of shit.
It's the same horse, but it has like a sparkly red bow.
Yeah. It's just a piece of shit. But he gives it to you and basically just says you can now summon an elk like he has rather than your horse if you ever get tired of your horse like he has. And then he gives Sapphire. For anyone who's ever seen Attack on Titan, it's basically that. The AOT launchers, essentially. They look extremely...
I thought Sapphire just got an actual Titan for a second.
I was gonna say, it's like, did Sapphire just get like belt line grappling hooks?
Effectively, yeah. They don't seem...
Oh my gosh.
They seem extremely heavy and very bulky. But effectively speaking, these swords that he has given you, you clip onto your waist. And what you can do is you can actually like pull them out of their sheath and then fling them at stuff. And your sheath will essentially rocket them forward to wherever you threw them at. And you can either pull yourself to it or you can force it to come back to you. I'll stat out at some point later. But they're primarily a mobility tool that can also be very effective as a assassination tool or stabbing tool. Unfortunately, it's extremely loud because it is using like explosives more or less inside of it. Very, very small explosives to yeet yourself, to propel yourself. A lot of magic is involved in there too. It seems to be a elven meets gnomish combination, which is extremely rare. There's also, you can clearly see some Dwarven runes and some fortune going on there as well. So it seems to be a mix between the three races, which effectively, this is one of the only things that all three races have ever combined their efforts to create, ever. This is very
How did
rare.
Cyril get this?
Huh?
How did Cyril get this?
You would have to ask him. He does not say. But he does look at Nia and he essentially says, I got something planned for you too, before he just starts heading off on his horse.
Nia's gonna be like, well, we'll see then. Like she's challenging. Like you better be good for those two.
Better be fucking nice, you asshole.
Give Dakota the elk.
Dakota the... I love the idea she's salty that she doesn't get
She's like fake salty. She's not actually that upset.
Yeah. Fucking give Dakota an elk. I see how it is. I want an elk.
You can borrow it if you ever need it for something. I mean, I got a horse already, so
I can turn into an elk.
Oh.
I love the idea that Aldith has no context to this, so when she hears, I have a horse, imagine she just thinks of like a nice actual horse.
Yeah, a cowboy steed.
That's what Ray is thinking right now because Ray has no context.
He has a cowboy steed? Oh my god. Why does he need an elk? This guy for sure.
The next thing on Ania's docket is she wants to go to Guild and get her freaking money. So she would tell the group that she's going to go get her money.
I want my goddamn money, asshole.
I want my money. I want to go shopping.
All right. Y'all start heading off to the guild area. You notice there's a lot of people outside the guild there's a lot of cranky people outside the guild. There's a significant number of Swords Guild members specifically who seem to be not quite barred at every end, but they are definitely under watch. Ania specifically can tell they're being watched like a hawk as they're moving around, and you can also clearly tell they know they're being watched, and it pisses them off greatly. There's a lot of like really grumpy people that are either walking into or out of the guild hall. As you guys walk in, the guild hall is somewhat messed up, not like super heavily, but stuff was definitely kicked around in here. Probably by some people who were cranky and left. And Carla is just kind of standing there. Her hair frizzy. She has sweat dripping down her back, even in the cold of this room, and she just looks tired and very annoyed.
Nia's gonna go up to Carla when it's their turn. She's like, money.
She looks up at you with a somewhat weary look for a second, and she just kind of like puts her hand in her head. She goes, "Oh right, I had you on my docket for today. Where is this fucker? Sorry. She kind of like walks over for a second to another area before you hear the loud shout of Carlson! So loud that it echoes throughout the entire hall. And you know, several people turn and look at her for a second before looking away, and she walks over. All right, he'll be down in a second. He'll get you your money and deal with the rest of that. Yeah. She looks very phased.
Ania takes out the potion she just got with the energy drink, and she offers it, and she says, This is a wake-up drink. Do you want this?
I just want to go to sleep.
I pray for your ability to do so soon.
I appreciate you. I've been up for over 16 hours.
Is there anything we can maybe do while we're out in the town?
Or is it all just in-house work today?
For the most part, it's just trying to deal with everyone. Since we have so many people funneling in from the outskirts, we have a lot more of the Swords members who are starting to come in, and they're not taking the, one of their members went on full-on attack against the Harmonious Haven very well, and the town's not taking it very well, so it's kind of a balancing game, and then they come in here and they start complaining. Then I have to listen to them complain, and we've had them all throughout the night ever since the checkpoint was stopped, and now I'm having to deal with them in the morning too, and I don't get relief for another like 4 hours. It's just been a time.
You got this.
Oh, before I forget, she like reaches down under her desk and she's like, where is it? No, not you, not you. You hear like shuffling of like probably like 50 or 60 letters or something. Like the sound just like constant movement. She's like, here it is. She pulls out and hands it to you. It's an envelope that is sealed with the oh my god, the Tabaxi ambassador's symbol.
Oh.
Mhm.
And you will take it.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh,
essentially, she
thank
just
you.
kind of shuffles you guys to the side while you guys are waiting for her. And she's like, no worries. I have more annoying people to deal with.
And Nia will let everyone gather around and hold the envelopes. Like,
I was expecting one from the Elven ambassador, not the Tabaxi one.
and she'll let everyone see it. She hasn't opened it yet.
It's a very pretty envelope. It was definitely designed as like formal. It doesn't seem like it doesn't even have any of your names on it. It just has your group title on it. I forget what was.
Vale's Equinox.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We familiar with that ambassador?
We saw her yesterday. Look, our group name's on it.
Yeah. Vale's Equinox.
Yes.
And Nia will go ahead and open it.
All right. Hold on just one moment. Oh, I don't remember what they're called. Nope, I lost it again. Hold on. I got it. Nope, I lost it again. Hold on. I got it. Okay. Here we go. So it says, to Vale's Equinox. With warm regards from me and mine. I, Ambassador, I don't remember her name. Hold on. Of course I forget her name. Where is she? There she is. I, Ambassador Mariva Stormclaw. Never remember how to actually say that. I fucking typed it for like 7 months, but I can never remember it. Mariva Stormclaw cordially invite you to a gala held in the honor of Harmonious Haven, creating harmony once more between all of its sections. We'll be hosting the gala inside of Technolopolis in about 2 weeks' time. It'll also be held in recognition of the efforts of Ambassador Alicia Silverleaf and the fact that she has survived such a difficult ordeal, and the harmony of this town has suffered nonetheless. The evening shall be adorned with music, dance, and flowers gathered from all across the wide lands, a testament to the tapestry of cultures that enrich our shared city. More than festivities, though, it'll be an occasion of discourse and opportunity where your voices may mingle as readily as cups of wine, and where paths yet untread may be revealed. Here, what is in 2 weeks? Hold on, I actually have to see. You guys are on day 10? Yeah, so, here we shall celebrate the passing of the full moon in all of its glory. Well, actually, the moon's in a week. Were you guys planning on traveling to the Ania's family a week from now, or was that multiple?
Third week.
Third week. Okay, so that would be the week of the full moon. Okay. So we'll say on the week of the end of the third week, so the 15th essentially, on the day of the full moon.
And you can change the time.
Yeah. So she'll say it's the on the day or on the night of the full moon, so it'd be a nighttime gala. And blah 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 blah. So it'll be on the 15th. There will be no weapons. We will have strict security, no weapons, no armor. Come in your I don't know what it would be called. Formal wear, I suppose. I don't know what
your finest
wear. Which you can also get inside of Technolopolis at various stores if you have not already achieved some. Your presence would bring great honor to our assembly, as well as most other adventurers around you. For those who dare travel the roads and wilds, are as vital to our peace as those who dare dwell in the chamber of stones. May your steps bring you safely to our doors, where welcome awaits you with open arms and unbroken heart. With a respect as deep as the jungle's roots, and as vast as the stars in the sky. Ambassador Mariva Stormclaw. And
Ania is bouncing on her heels hyperly. And she just we can say she read it out loud to everyone.
Yeah.
She is visibly elated.
She is so excited.
Mhm.
The rest of y'all what's the word? React to this.
Isn't that cool? I mean, the show.
I'm sorry, I've been with the sketchbook. Am I even here?
No, you're not.
No, you're at the forge. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
What was that, Sapphire?
That was out of context. I said I need to shop.
Just shop. I love that. Okay, Dakota? You're cordially invited to a ball in a week from now.
Yeah. I've never been. Is there a dress code for this kind of thing?
We gotta be fancy. We have an actual reason to buy fancy clothes.
I don't have a fancy cloak.
Well, we're gonna be buying it when we get the money.
Okay.
All diff. How do you react?
She is not thrilled. She's like pinching the bridge of her nose and just going.
I love the juxtaposition between the bouncy and then Aldo just it's like having Cyril in the party still.
Cyril's still here.
The dad and mom of the group just like, oh, I have to watch out for more danger.
There's so many assassins that go to parties. No weapons, no armor. The worst.
As you guys
She's
are
trying to figure out where she can hide her dagger.
No. Stan, I have a question.
Yes.
Regarding the hiding weapons, are they patting us down at the door?
Yes. They're basically going to do like ultra security, because that also means that there will be no people with weapons inside the building, including security. So essentially they will be posting all their security outside, and no one in the building will have weapons. So everyone who comes in will have to be like hardcore patted down.
I'll be fine. My gun just kind of vanishes into thin air. Check it. He kind of spins his gun in it. Whoosh.
Whoosh,
Vanishes
whoosh,
into black and red glitter, I imagine.
Yeah. The only ones who will technically have weapons will be Tabaxis and Leonins, and other ones who like they're they have claws and teeth and shit. Technically, you could bite people if you really wanted to, but most of the time it's not particularly useful unless you're like a dragonborn. But yeah, they're basically making a big show. From what you can tell, they're basically making a big show of we kind of disrespected the outside. Let's bring you guys in, and to show that we trust you, no one will have weapons. So if something happens, hey, we're just as powerless as you are, you know? But as you guys are talking amongst yourselves, you guys do hear from the staircase that is maybe 10 feet from Carla, footsteps. And eventually you see a relatively regal looking guy kind of stepping down. He's a wooden half-elf. As he's stepping down, you can see his pointed ears, and his skin is very, very dark tan. As he's walking down, he has like a fur skin coat on his back. He has pretty much just leather and bone as most of his armor pieces, and he has a long sword that is incredibly decorated on his hip. He probably looks to be around his mid-40s, face-wise, but physically speaking, he's like, peak 20s. Like, he looks like he could probably go 1-to-1 with Aldif, and probably win. And he comes down, he looks at you guys, and Ania, you definitely recognize him. Aldif, you recognize him. Dakota and Sapphire, I don't think would. This is the head chieftain, or head commander, basically, of the guild. He is specifically the Shield Guild. There's 3 head commanders who basically just take the place every single time one of them dies or one of them is lost or something like that. The head commander of the Seraphina's books is almost always a high elf, and they live in the Star Shadow Kingdom. The one who's the leader of the Swords Guild is usually an orc, and they usually live in the Orcan lands, but it switches every now and again between an orc, a human, and a few others. Just really whoever does a big enough deed to take it. But usually the orcs are the only ones who are actively seeking the position. And the Shields one, it switches just constantly in Harmonious Haven. Whenever somebody dies, it's just whoever really wants the spot for the most part and has recognizable deeds. So the leader of the Shield Guild is very rarely the same every 5-10 years or so. But this is Carlson Lineman. As he comes down, he looks at your group and he goes, "Ah, I see. The Vale's Equinox. A fascinating name, by the way. I hear that you've completed a mission for us." It's very rare to have the actual leader of a guild, by the way, walk up straight to you.
Anya will try to take point, and she'll be like,
Yes, we took on a mission to assess and perhaps deal with the situation with,
what was the clan, Roderick's clan? So Anya doesn't just say Roderick. First
Crimson
name
Talons.
basis. Crimson Talons. She's like,
to look into the Crimson Talons and the alternative force they were dealing with at the time.
Indeed. And he kind of stands at attention. He's clearly was raised somewhat military as he stands, and he goes, "And what have you found out?"
Well, they were dealing with a situation. It seems the Crimson Talons have a sort of town of refugees that was being targeted. We took care of the targeting force. The Crimson Talons is still in operation, though, but it does seem like they have their hands full with another thing going on. I heard talk of a vampire.
A vampire? Interesting. We've not seen vampire for quite some time. What kind of vampire is it? Is it just a simple spawn?
No.
No, I think like the whole castle was affected that they're currently holed up in.
The whole castle? Spawn wouldn't have that much power. Lowborn vampire wouldn't either. For full he summoned an entire Lord Vampire?
I'm not sure if
Go
Just
ahead.
Dakota going, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, shut.
No, Neil lets him talk.
Mhm.
Yeah, he called himself, Miss, you don't remember his name, do you?
I will if you give me a moment to look at my notes.
He thinks for a second, stroking her chin. Oh.
But before she says the name, she'll
Mhm.
say,
I'm not sure if they summoned him because it does seem they were taken by surprise.
Interesting.
But it seems they may have their hands full with that for a little while, but we did take care of the force that was infiltrating their town.
Mhm.
So we took care of one thing on their docket, but now they're dealing with another thing, it seems like.
Them being busy is definitely a what's the word? Perk. It's definitely
blessing?
good for us.
A blessing.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely a blessing for us. As long as they are not working with another group, we can handle them as they come. What was this Lord Vampire's name?
is it in my other notes, John?
I can give it to you if you don't have
Yeah.
it.
I thought I had it. Give me like one name and I'll be able, like one of the names.
Jonathan.
Apparently I got stuck on all the JoJos that we met. I don't seem to have the name. At least here.
I think it's
But-
also
Could give
inside
it-
of our chat somewhere.
We could
Yeah,
give
she
the
probably
shorthand
doesn't-
of E.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ania probably doesn't remember, like, she remembered it at the time where she echoed it back to him, but she cannot remember the whole name right now. But she'll say,
He said, I believe we heard something about the Sacred E or something like that. And it was very long.
Sacred E. And he kind of thinks for a second. And he looks at Carla, who is dealing with a couple of people, and he goes, Carla. And she goes, huh? And he goes, need you to search for something real quick. And he looks at the person in front of him. He goes, I do apologize, but unfortunately, this matter is one of personal security. So we'll have to put your moment on hold for a second. And Carla just kind of nods and she starts searching. The guy seems to be a decent fellow, so he just kind of stands there, he nods, and he kind of walks back a little bit and just kind of sits down and stuff. And as Carla searches, he goes, the Sacred E. Search from some texts. Vampire, Sacred E. Back when the Crimson Claw Castle was still in production. And she goes, yep. Nope. Here it is. And she hands him I would say like a docket of sorts, like a bunch of papers together, and he starts flipping through them. This is our historical text. We get them from the Starshao Kingdom quite often. The Kenkus there record most of the information that they receive either from verbal descriptions that we give them or other bits and pieces, and then give us a written record, and then they send it back to us. It's very useful keeping track of high priority targets and things like that. Here it is. I remember this because I was looking at it a couple of years ago. He is a Lord Vampire named I just had the name. Just had it in front of me.
it's so elusive.
The Lord of Eternity and Despair, Regis Vulpine Sanguine of the Sacred E, Jonathan it just says M here, Jonathan M. the Third, first of his name, Esquire.
That's the one.
Yeah. The M there is very weird. I don't know why he has two initials in there, but we never quite questioned him, obviously. He was a Lord Vampire from back in the day, 200 plus years ago, who, and he kind of like looks at the paper a little bit closer, verbatim, Loved to put on a performance, did not act like a vampire, was extremely cheeky. He kind of like shakes his head for a second. And he really hated liars. Yeah. Doesn't seem much of a threat. Nailed to a coffin. Not the most effective way, but oh well. He gives it back to Carla and she continues her job. So I guess that would be the same one if it was stuck in the Crimson Claw Castle. How exactly did it escape? If it was nailed to his coffin, I imagine it'd be quite difficult to get rid of it after 200 years.
Well, we noticed the castle changing when we were scouting around. Not totally sure how it got out.
Interesting. Well, if it is a cheeky vampire, I suppose they will have their hands full. I severely doubt it's still not a threat after 200 years being shoved into a casket, but at least they won't be as much of a bother to us. We'll let you know if that situation changes. We'll have others keep an eye on the general surrounding area, but we should get less bandit attacks in that case. Any other information?
Nia thinks, and she looks over to the others, mainly Dakota and Sapphire.
I believe, oh, go ahead.
I was just like, I don't think I have any other questions or anything.
I can relay the information to our, to Cyril and one of our other party members, Gelmar, and see if they can come by later to deliver more information.
Not a problem. I know Cyril well.
The group that was doing something in the town, it seemed to be, I know this seems very fantasy, you could say, but given everything that happened earlier,
And she lowers her voice and says,
it seemed to be connected somehow to Yon T.
You see him frown for a second, and his stature gets a little bit more tense, and he just kind of, in the same equal whisper to you, goes, "That is concerning indeed. I've heard tales of your journey so far, fighting a necromancer and while you're only a month or so ago, and Yanti dealings. Your group sure does get mixed up in the strangest of activities."
Well, the guild is the one who sent us there. Wasn't our fault for getting involved.
Very true, very true. He kind of stands up again and he goes, "Well, with that information, I think that you should be paid quite handsomely for this. We also have other things for you to interact with. We've been, I suppose, hearing tales of difficulties in Starshout Kingdom, and we need somebody who is good at, he kind of like thinks for a second of the right word to use, watching to see what happens after the ambassador is cured. That will likely be the next mission that we put your group onto. You seem quite competent at reconnaissance missions, and we'll need a firm set of eyes for this one."
Thank you very much for your trust. I'll be sure to relay that information to Cyril and Gelmar.
Indeed. Let me go collect your earnings, and I shall hand it to you in just a moment. How does 60 gold sound?
To split?
Indeed.
That sounds good to me.
and she looked to the others for confirmation. She does not handle money often, so any gold is amazing to her. She mainly actually looks to Aldith and Sapphire for this because she assumes any gold also looks amazing to Dakota.
Yeah.
Ooh.
60. Aldif, you would know that 60 gold is a significant amount of money, generally speaking. In terms of adventurers, it's not that much, but in terms of like everywhere else, it's a lot of money. Even if it's like 10 per person.
She'll sort of like give a head nod of confirmation, be like, "That's good, that's good."
And Nia looks back to Carlson and very vigorously head nods.
He chuckles as he nods, and he turns around and starts heading up the stairs again. After a couple minutes, he returns with a rather large bag, and he like kind of passes it over to you. You can see several people in the guild hall kind of watching him as he hands you guys the gold. 60 is a lot to most people. But he nods at you and he says, "Did Carla give you the letter, by the way?"
Yes, sir. I'm very excited. Did all the other groups get that letter?
Any officially recognized or a group within the guilds were given it, as long as they are roughly within the Viridian Fields or close to it, or heading towards. As it's a week from now, obviously we cannot have everyone attend, but we will have quite a large sound out from the seams of it. It's a event honoring the honor and legacy of this town and the harmonious nature that we have, as the last couple of days have struggled to maintain that.
I'm very looking forward to it.
I'm glad to hear. I shall be there as well, personally. In my finer clothes than this. He is wearing extremely elegant clothes at the moment, so that not being his fine is slightly terrifying. But he's like, and all the ambassadors will be there as well. If you have any questions about the event or wish to help in some way, shape, or form, we always appreciate that.
Oh, I think we have some stuff to attend to before, but if we have some extra time, I'm sure whoever here has the time will be sure to come in and check with you.
Not to worries. He smiles as he turns around and he starts walking away unless anyone wants to call him back. Okay. So you guys have your sack of 60 gold as he walks away. How you guys want to deal with it?
Ania will hold the gold and she'll be like,
Do we want to split it up here or outside or... Everyone's looking at us.
Should probably do it elsewhere, just in case.
Does the guild have like a private room we can just step into for a second?
There's a couple of them usually reserved for like meetings that a lot of the guild members have that with each other and stuff like that.
Okay. Nia's just like ask Carla quickly if they can borrow a room to distribute their gold.
She nods and she just gestures to one of the nearby doors. Absolutely, head into that one. We typically watch out to make sure no one enters them, but if the door opens for any reason, just exit and enter a new one, and we'll lock it the next time.
Thank you.
And you'll lead everyone to the room to distribute the gold. She's going to give everyone, including Aldith, 10.
Okay.
And she's going to reserve the extra 20 she has for Gelmar and Cyril when she sees them next.
Cool. All right, feel free to add 10 gold either to your sheets or inside of your notes in Discord, whichever one is easier to you guys. And after you guys have distributed all your gold and like, you guys start heading out. By this point in time, Gelmar, you would probably have completed the majority of your efforts on...
Piece?
Yeah. So you're more or less just waiting for it to cool and to finish up, and essentially it's just kind of more or less out of your domain. Make some fine-tuned touches to it, and that's the point where like Boren would probably step in and be like and kind of take over and be like, because he wants to add
finish it from here.
Yeah, he wants to add like finishing touches to it, which generally speaking is code for I want to make this shit so goddamn powerful that the fucker wears it is gonna die before it does.
Honestly, fair.
Oh, yeah.
As I'm just actively sitting back here drawing the thing.
I love it. But yeah, so you kind of exit out of the forge, and it's much cooler out here. Even during the early morning to early afternoon that you guys are in, about probably 10 or 11 a.m. at this point, you walk outside the thing and it's much cooler now. You're probably would assume the first thing that they would do would be to go and get their money because they were talking about it yesterday. So you're welcome to head over there if you'd like, or you're welcome to head somewhere else.
I mean, I'm honestly half tempted to just make way back for the inn, just simply because that's probably the most guarantee I will meet you there eventually.
That's true. That's true.
Could also be interesting to make way for like a library to go look up some like mythology stories or something like that as well, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. You know what? Screw it. I've had a few days. I'm gonna go home, embrace pleasure.
Hell yeah.
Heading off to the libraries.
All right. My favorite place in the world. Yeah, to one of the libraries. I believe I mentioned a library previously in this town. Because it was the one that wanted you to take the letter to the sister town of Seabreeze. So as you walk into their
bookstore.
Yeah, a little bookstore, a little library. The I suppose clerk looks up, sees you, and kind of nods to you. I believe I said before she was a smaller lady who was very, very, very quiet. And she just kind of nods at you as you walk in, semi-familiar with you.
I will give them a follow-back nod with a pleasant smile.
Nice,
Before looking down just looking down the aisles for specifically genres of tales. Probably bypassing all the history books and looking for like children's stories at this point.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, you go past the history section to the more or less fantasy section, and there's quite a few of these fantasy books. I don't think you would find Dakota's here. Yeah, because Dakota took the only copy that was here.
I mean, Gilmore doesn't even know that Dakota actually has the book. He's one of the only people who hasn't seen it yet.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you would find Tales of the Dragon Slayer, the one who made the Swords Guild, Carmilla. You would find tales of her and her glory. You would find various tales of the Bloodfang, who used to run the Shadowfang group as well. There are many, many fictional tales of him and the things that they've done. You vaguely assume that most of the tales based off the people are based off of things that they've actually done, but you're not 100% sure, of course. There are also other stories of the Iron Wayfarers, for example. Some of the stories they've gone, the city in the sky that they've visited, the boat travels they've had. There's one story about them fighting at Kraken, for instance. Stuff like that.
I was for a moment going to pass by the Bloodfang book and stop for a moment. I was just like, wait, crap, that probably would help a lot. Slowly pull it off the shelf and bring it on over to one of the tables. I'm going to start reading that one.
Nice.
I need to refresh my memory on this stuff.
For the most part, most the book that you read is like some stories of him and the hold on, I had to actually pull up all the characters' names because they would actually have all their names here. Let's see, feedback. Is this even the right? I don't think this. Nope, this is not the right account. Duh. I have to wait for it to load. Feedback. Characters. Here we are. So you would read it and you would see the in-depth world building. I have a lot of lore in this world. But you can see that like it's a collection of stories. This book is. It's a rather thick book. And what you can gather from it is that his entire purpose in life, Bloodfang's entire purpose, is to try to make it so his name will last forever. That is the number one purpose that he has in his life. To do this, he has a Grave Domain cleric who accompanies him, which in and of itself is a rarity, as you guys know. She believes, at least from what the book is telling you, that stories mean everything in this world. She's cold and calculating. Almost all the sentences that you can read from this book are like one sentence long. They're very specific. And honestly, she seems super cold even to Bloodfang in this book. No matter what deeds that they do, she doesn't ever flinch from it. Not from killing people, not from hiding things, not even from stealth missions. She seems to be perfectly okay with anything and everything that they do, as long as she can turn it into a story. You greatly recognize at this point this is not a story written by her, but it seems to be based off of a story that was written by her. There is another one inside his party named Avogador, which is the Green Dragonborn. He seems to be a paladin of sorts, based off his things. He wears a warhammer and a heavy shield, and seems primarily to be helping Bloodfang with whatever Bloodfang needs him to. At the beginning of the stories that you read, kind of I suppose a prequel sorts or background of it, kind of his background, he gets saved by Bloodfang during one of Bloodfang's missions and swears a blood oath. And to the best of your knowledge, and from what the book can tell you, the blood oath essentially is I will do whatever you require me to do until the day that I die, regardless of what those deeds may be or how I feel about them. It is an oath sealed in blood. And specifically, it's for Dragonborns. It's something that you have only sometimes experienced from own personal history. But essentially, when Dragonborns make a pact in blood, they are, physically speaking, bound to that pact, regardless of what they believe or what they choose. In other bits and pieces of the story, you can see that Bloodfang encounters a human fighter as well, and he saves the human fighter and starts training the human fighter. He doesn't have a name inside the story for some reason or another. It's like very near the end of the entire collection is that he finds this human fighter, and it seems like the book is kind of like trying to make an easy way to move into a sequel where the human fighter is like the next person that pops up or something. But it seems like Bloodfang is taking care of this human fighter for an unknown reason, and that's primarily what you get from the story. There's no mention of Smippet, which Cyril talked about, or the dwarf that was also mentioned to be in his party.
Just noticed I was still muted. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to look around at this text specifically for keywords and start using it as a reference to go start looking for larger, more... What's the word I'm looking for here? For older tales, maybe like... I would assume like variations of this story probably exist for like older age individuals or different stories potentially available for them. Just mostly trying to cover our bases because those stories are also probably going to be important and they're probably going to be darn interesting.
That's fair. So I'd probably say you would spend a few hours reading through all these different books, trying to like highlight in your head the specific keywords and different bits and pieces. And if you know the story is about Bloodfang being so popular, you start to look at like other orcish tomes and stuff, because they typically speak through oral storytelling, and they often have kenkus or other things like that. Write it down, or it's discussed to humans who have it, or other ways and stuff like that, often through the Adventuring Guild. So most of your tales are most likely tall tales to a degree. It's very rare that you get like proper historical context without looking at actual like history books and stuff, which are so dull that they make you want to like pass out immediately, because they really are word for word.
They focus way too much on the boring details. We're here talking about we're here looking for high adventure and fun hijinks.
Hell yeah. And you can kind of tell from these orcish stories and a few other ones, which the orcish stories have some of the best goddamn combat that you've ever read. They are so good at describing combat, because it's one of the only things they do. But you can tell like he became the leader of the orcs for a short period of time, about 10 or 15 years or so, while being an adventurer, which is where Bloodfang Stronghold gets its name. Because essentially the way that he became leader was ripping the throat out of the previous orc. Hence Bloodfang. Which
seems legit.
Yeah, which is not uncommon for orcs. The way that they pass their title of head war chieftain is by trial by combat, or they can give it up. It's almost never that they give up. It's so rare that Bloodfang is noted as being one of 3 people in the last 1,000 years who have ever given up their title as head war chieftain. The reason why he gave it up it's not there. There's a lot of slurs and a lot of really nasty language in that section of the book relating to to him leaving his post, but the rest of it is pretty nice.
I'm just going to gather together all of texts that have the most interesting, or not necessarily most interesting, but the most unique qualities that we should probably take into account, and I'm going to go check out as many as the librarian will allow me from that list.
Nice.
Make way back to the inn.
Cool. By the time that you would get back to the inn, the others likely would have gotten back there as well, as I can't really think of anything else y'all would be doing aside from heading back to the inn.
Shopping.
Oh yeah, shopping. Or did you want to wait for Gelmar before you shop?
I mean, they could just go do shopping. I think I'm good for the moment, but I appreciate it.
I'd probably give Gelmar the gold, especially since Gelmar just spent like tons of gold on books.
That's fair.
It's a library. It's a library, not a bookstore. I'm just going.
It's a mixture of both. They sometimes lend in, they sometimes give it. If you ever go out of town, you do have to buy them. But you would be it would be a lend to you.
Yeah.
At the moment,
but it's just like I have almost a month to read these at my leisure. I think I've got more than enough time to memorize most of the details.
Yeah. So she would have it lended to you, and you have like a special permit within the books that essentially requires you to bring it back. Otherwise, you do have to pay a fine. But yeah. But you guys can do shopping. I'm assuming it's for a fancy clothes.
And he wants to get a few things. I'm figuring since maybe we can do most of the shopping, like look through Discord and like get the shopping done. Like, which things should we be doing on stream?
It's a good question. Is there anything? So the things I would say on stream would be things that we could turn into like a scene, or things that could have like a moment. So anything that would be like abnormal, or things that you are interested in that you think would be slightly out of the ordinary or could be interesting or funny to have. For example, random bottles and stuff like that. Probably not the most interesting. As the other group found, you go for a fishing rod and you can get the King of the Sea fishing rod, which is a slightly magical rod that they use to get a 200-foot serpent out of the water. True facts that actually happened last week. So if it's stuff like that you think could be interesting or could be funny to turn out, or if you want to have it be a moment, you can always let me know. If you guys want to have like finding your dresses or finding your suits or stuff be a moment, we can totally do that, or we can pass it on by. But most mundane items will probably just be passed by. For obvious reasons.
Okay, does anyone have any scenes they particularly want to play out? Or maybe, like, if they go to the end, does anyone want to talk to any character in specific?
I have nothing.
I don't think so. Nothing that stands out to me.
While you guys think about that, I'm going to go pee because people keep hydrating me. It's hot. Entertain my crew, Nia.
Everyone. Aldith, Sapphire, do either of you want to have any specific shopping scenes or talking scenes, you think? Oh, who's that?
Drawing.
I'm writing down a list of what Ania's going to want to buy.
Yeah.
Shopping.
I don't know if Dakota has anything specific he wants to buy before trying to figure out what fancy clothes constitute going to a gala, but also retaining cowboy.
Tailcoat, 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 tailcoat.
Sapphire says, I just want the girls to have the typical girly shopping spree. They just drag Dakota along.
I think I don't think. Aldith wants to buy quill and ink and paper so she can write a letter to her dad.
Oh. We still gotta have someone ask Aldith what her story is.
Nah. Let it be a mystery.
I did want to ask, would Aldith try to reject the money at first when Ania gave it to her?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Ania would have been like,
oh, originally that would have gone to Rue, but I think Rue would have wanted you to have it.
Oh.
No, that's so sad. That's definitely going to make her hesitate and then take it out of guilt.
She's
like, shit, okay.
And seeing her expression, Ania will like lean forward. It's like,
it's your money. That means you can do anything you want with it, including giving it to people or buying things for people.
Am you right?
She'll put that in her head for later. It's a surprise tool. They can help us
surprise. Surprise for later.
Sure. And then I will also say, for Aldith specifically, hello. This is mostly important to Aldith because Aldith is the only one who actually has religious ties. The rest of you probably wouldn't have noticed this by now. I mean, if you did, it wouldn't really matter. There is a church in town. It is not dedicated to any specific god. It is actually dedicated to those who pray to gods. One of the aspects.
She's probably gonna pop in there.
Yeah, one of the aspects for Harmonious Haven, one of the reasons that people like it so much, is because it caters to all those around. So one of the things that they did a long time ago, several hundred years ago, was create a temple for people to pray, even though the majority of people believe that the gods have disappeared. Sometimes they pray to spirits, sometimes they pray to concepts, sometimes they pray to specific deities, but everyone around the world has different views and stuff like that. So they created this temple for people to come into and just pray if they need to, if that makes sense.
She'll stop. Probably be a moment, but
Like, let me just stop by there real quick. Hold on, guys. I got like a 10-minute drive over here.
Side task.
We love side quests.
Side quest.
So that's definitely something that you can explore, be that alone or with people if you want to. Depends on you.
I feel like she would do it alone. Unless someone wants to go with her. She's gonna do it alone.
You guys would be probably all at the inn. I would probably say you guys went to the inn before shopping so you can figure out like what order to do what, who's doing what, where, and so on and so forth.
And get lunch.
And get lunch, yes. You guys have been working most of the day on an empty stomach, so good foods. Which Gold Scent would be more than happy to give all of you.
On entering the inn, Ania would give Gelmar his portion of gold and also give him the letter so he can read it.
Ooh.
And tell Gelmar essentially a debriefing of what she told the guild about Roderick's and the Crimson Talons and all that.
Okay.
Which I can recount in brief if you need me to.
I think I am good. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Still. Oh, perfect. Thank you. He said, as taking, looking through the letter and taking the 10 gold.
We have a party we get to go to.
How do you dress for these sorts of occasions? I never did quite understand those.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Maybe we can go to a fancy place and they can tell us.
I'm actually going to lean in and whisper her to something to Ania specifically. Let me see if I can DM you.
No worries.
Ooh, secrets. I do like secrets. Let's see. Sapphire is going to order 2 slices of bread with cheese in the middle of them, fried with fat in a pan.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It's grilled cheese.
Sounds so good. I want grilled cheese now. I really want to add like meat to it too. But yeah.
Bacon or spam. Bacon or spam grilled cheese.
I want bacon grilled cheese now. Some ham too. Ham, turkey, cheese, bacon. Beautiful. It's more like a melt than it is a
and just simply in case people are curious. Okay, I still suck at that. I was trying. How hard it is to pick up on what I'm
going to back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me type back, but as she's whispering to, she can't whisper to Gelmar and talk to everyone at the same time. So I will be right back while Inia's whispering to Gelmar.
No worries. Okay. I'd probably say unless you guys were particularly intent on listening to the two of them, their voices just become background audio in the tavern. There are a few people in the tavern just kind of talk amongst themselves, so they do fall into the background static, unless one of you guys is particularly leaning close and listening in. Which is up to you guys.
Ania will sound her usual excited self, but it's going to be the tone she takes when she's saying something disturbing with a happy voice. I figure you guys have heard her enough to notice that tone of voice.
Oh boy.
When she says something with when she's saying something very excitedly, but you get the feeling she should not be saying it in that happy tone at all.
As she does, the Gold Scent comes out with the lovely grilled cheese. Something she hasn't actually made before, but you do see her grab the menu and start adding it to it.
Immediately.
And getting you guys whatever other foods and stuff that you need at the time. All right. That's why she ordered that way. I love that. That's so cute. I love that's so. Oh my god, you're adding so much
Aw.
to my world. I love that. Um.
Sapphire has vague memories of weird Fey food and has to order it very specifically.
I love that. All right. Aldif, Dakota, Gilmore, and Ania. You guys are kind of sitting down, talking. Well, Sapphire probably orders her food and gets everything else as well. What you guys communicating about?
Ania?
Is that me and Ania,
Or in general?
Just in general, all of y'all.
Well, unless Dakota's like mentioned specifically, he'll just kind of like start to kind of like fade into the background. So he kind of starts looking around to see if if there's any like shadows or anywhere where that one warlock might be spying on them from.
What my perception?
He starts to like kind of starts to kind of like tap his claw against the table idly. Perception. Flipping. +0. Come on, give me the good stuff.
Interesting.
13.
Okay. You're for the most part seeing shadows as they normally are. It's kind of afternoon, so there's some shadows on like the stairs as per usual, and under the chairs and tables and like, but nothing truly abnormal. Just the shadows. And the rest of you.
Ania's talking about shopping lists, and she's encouraging everyone to make a shopping list.
I love
Does
that.
anyone know a good tailor? I was just like, like looking out the window, just not certain who we should ask or where he should be looking.
Aldef and Sapphire?
I'm thinking. I'm not sure yet.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I think she'd probably order lunch.
Okay.
Lunch.
I don't know what exactly she'd order. She wants fruit. She wants fruit.
They have some fruit. Fruit's not as popular as like, meat and stew and stuff like that. But they do have a little bit of it on hand. So, she essentially just gets you like a small amount of different types of fruits and stuff. See what you like.
A little fruit bowl.
Yeah, fruit bowl. Tiny little fruit bowl. She hands it to you. She seems sad that she's not able to actually like cook something, but she's a lot of other orders that she's cooking for. So it's like a fleeting moment of, oh, I didn't cook.
Aldith will take a tiny handful of it. Is there a fireplace in the inn?
Yes, there is.
She would walk over to the fireplace, mumble a quick prayer, and give some of the food to the fire.
Oh.
Oh, that's kind of like what Brew did.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Although
Actually,
with Brew, it evaporated into light, but
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
surprisingly so. I love the what are they called? The
Parallels?
yeah, the parallels. I love that. It's very sweet. Sapphire wants
really
to get a deep
interesting.
purple dress and a cloak and gloves and fancier shoes. Ooh. Leaning to the fancies. As
Ania's very excited that Sapphire is on board clothes shopping as much as she is.
As Gelmar asks this question, you guys hear from behind the counter Heartfist saying, well, there is one near the corner of the inner sanctum. Just outside of it is a tailor that often works with the inner sanctum to make some of the fancier clothes. They are an expensive one, but if you're looking for fancy clothes, that would be where you'd like to go.
Oh, they're gonna be swamped if we don't get there before everyone else does.
How many other people are even going to this?
It's so many
looking over.
groups.
Fair enough. He's gonna toss a couple silver to the barkeep for the advice.
He catches out midair without it really looking out. He just like catches it, puts into his pouches.
And he claps.
Thanks for the advice.
Always happy to help a traveler.
I think I need to come back here a little later. Gelmar says, looking over to the rest of the party.
Before we go clothes shopping, we should go stop at a magic shop and get an anti-scry amulet or something. Because I don't like the fact that there's people watching us. I don't think I'd want people watching us while we're going clothes shopping.
I love that. There's a couple magic shops, but they're all around, dotted around. They're commodity at this point. Anti-scrying shouldn't be too hard to find, though.
Hooray!
Check out the Cloven Coven over a few minutes to the west.
Cloven Coven? Was that the name?
Yes.
That's a good
Cloven
name. That's a good
Coven.
name for a magic shop.
Yeah, I like that.
Would you believe me if I said I just came up with it?
That's a good name.
I
sometimes
my
have
magical
inspiration.
bar title. I think I literally named that thing the Arcane Well.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, so he says a couple
pretty good
minutes
too.
to the west.
Okay. Mia will definitely want to go to Cloven Coven and then dress shopping or just clothing shopping. No, I don't know if she'll get a dress.
Okay. Alright. Y'all start making your way out there unless there's anything else you like to do in the bar.
Mia's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, y'all finish up your food and you start heading on your way. As you guys head to the Cloven Coven is, hello Creeper, welcome back with tea. As you guys get to the Cloven Coven is a modest shop for the most part. Somewhat pretty, although it's more stable than others. Most of the outskirts, like houses and stuff, are meant to be broken down and rebuilt because they move around quite often around the city. Just depends on the time of year and what they have around them and such. So there's very few buildings that are, I suppose, concretely made. You know, they just hard standing. Says you head to this thing is really easy to find because it's one of the only buildings around it that is firmly planted in the ground. From the outside, it's relatively simple, wooden top, some brick sides mixed with some stone that lines up with it. As you guys start walking up, it's like a mini staircase that's there as well. You guys walk into it, open up the door. It seems to be slightly larger from what you guys can tell on the inside than it is on the outside. You're not quite sure if that is perception or if that is something else entirely, but it does feel a little bit more roomy than you guys had expected. There is a tiefling standing behind the counter, kind of leaning against the wall. They look somewhat tired. It doesn't seem like this building is used very often. All around you are very, very pretty magic items like materials and things to make potions and other things like that. Very much so mystical voodoo kind of a feeling.
Ania loves this store.
Travelers, the tiefling says. They are blue skinned. They have purple eyes with horns that curl backwards and then drastically curve, so they're then pointing forwards. And he smiles at all of you. They're fairly androgynous, so you can't quite tell what they are exactly. But they smile at your group and they goes, Ah, travelers, it is nice to see someone take an interest in our group. What can I do you for?
Oh, you're pretty. Group?
Hmm?
You said in our group?
Yes, what can
Like
I do for you?
Okay. I was looking for something to protect against people spying.
Ah, anti-scrying magical amulets. You have come to the right place, dear, and I appreciate it. I do my best to look as fabulous as I can. And he kind of like reaches back, and his arm seems to almost bend at a weird angle. And he doesn't take his eyes off you as he reaches back and he grabs something off his shelf and he pulls out, and it looks like a stopwatch of sorts. Very intricate, and he just kind of like starts flinging it back and forth on his hand like a pendulum, and he kind of goes, I've had this little baby for quite some time. It swings back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it can capture the right audience. And he like flips it around his hand and he like grabs it in his palm. But one of its special magical attributes is that it makes it so people cannot see you unless you wish to be seen by their magic. Although it has a few downsides, of course. If you are in fact using it, then no one can find you by magical means, including your party. Most people dislike that.
What if someone is using magic to hide nearby and watch physically?
Oh, unfortunately, I don't know if I have a technology of that of sorts. That require you to be invisible of sorts, unless you wish to find the person hiding nearby. It's difficult to find someone based off their magical signature alone, but I'm sure I could concoct something for that.
In that case, do you have like a net that if I see the person, I can throw it at them?
Oh, dearie, you don't need to come into a magic shop to find a net. But I do have several. Many of my customers are, shall we say, net enthusiasts.
Oh.
And she'll look over to Dakota to get an idea of what Dakota wants. Or if Dakota wants to lay in on this, since it's Dakota's the one being watched.
I'm just trying to figure out there's somebody magically hide and trying to find out some way to catch them in the act.
I see, I see. Do you know what way they are magically hiding? Are they invisible? Are they sneaking around? Are they in a different town and seeing you through a glass?
Shadows.
Oh,
Shadows.
shadows. Interesting. It's rare that we get a shadow instigator. Have they talked to you? Have they interacted with you?
I think I've seen him once. I'm missing it. Wasn't that the one that went through the window or something like that?
Well, I never saw the people you talked
Right.
to, but I did
Right.
see there were shadows under the stairs, and when I pointed at them, they left through the window, and it was just shadows, like a cloud or something.
Yeah.
It was very hard to
Yeah.
keep track of.
Fascinating. Well, my friend, that sounds like a very serious case. They blend in with the shadows so well, it's hard to distinguish them. He kind of once again reaches back. He once again does not take his eyes off of you guys as he reaches his arm backwards, and he puts down the watch before pulling out a effectively a monocle. He goes, this darling here is something that detects specific magical signatures. If you manage to spot them again, you will be able to recognize that magical signature anywhere you go. does not matter what they're wearing or who they decide to interact with. You will be able to find them if you see them again. Unfortunately, it has a few hiccups every now and again where it doesn't show some people's for some reason I've yet to figure out, but at least for folks hiding with some kind of illusion, this is a fantastic tool.
Oh, monocles are very fancy. That would go perfect for the party, Dakota.
Fancy monocle. Dakota?
Yeah, it looks like certainly something. All right.
It is low price right now of 2 gold.
Is that a lot? She glances over to Ania.
And Nia like squints back to Dakota, like, and then she sort of slowly looks over to Sapphire and Elvis. This is the one thing she does not know.
Yeah,
She does
Nia
not know
also looks over
elevator
to
prices.
Sapphire.
Oh, Gelmar's with us too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Glancing to Gelmar.
She looks over to Gelmar.
He looks like he's mostly just admiring the items, but shakes his head looking over, and then thinks about it. It's actually pretty cheap compared to a lot of the magic items I've actually seen myself. I'd say that sounds like a grand deal.
Ooh.
And Ania and Dakota, I assume. Well, Ania believes Gelmar unconditionally. That's cheap.
Above game, an ordinary healing potion goes for 50 gold. This thing is
which
cheap.
is excessive.
I think Sin changed that for healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, fair.
Yeah, it's 5G for a common potion I have in my notes. I think Sin changed it so I could sell them without, like, earning 50 gold.
Yeah. Potions always so excessively.
Yeah, you could make a living selling potions in the basic D&D economy.
Oh,
I think Ania can get another 10 gold easy just from what she has on her.
Oh, yeah.
She can earn more than she earned from the job by just selling her potions.
Gnome's present. Not yet. They just walked away from a gnome. But yeah, he smiles as he kind of like hands you the monocle. It's very small, but it is quite adorable. And it does look very, very fancy if you put it onto somebody.
I could wear this to the gala.
Yeah. Look around now, see if there's anything around.
And puts on the monocle, which looks both dapper and rather silly on this dragonborn cowboy.
Love it.
As you look around, you are able to register their monoflows. Like everything has its own distinct signature as they live and stuff. It's also one of the things that the emblem that you guys have adheres to. Which is why it only connects very specific people. So essentially your monocle is seeing the same thing as your emblem does. So you are able to recognize all your different group by their distinct magical signature. Although I could not possibly put into words what that feels like or what you're seeing. But essentially, yeah, you're just seeing distinct magical signatures. Not of any of the shadows or anything like that. Nothing seems to be there at the moment.
Can I do... Or go ahead, Dakota.
Says, Dakota's just like looking around, like, huh. Weird. Do you want to try this out, miss?
Oh, I would love to try it out.
Yeah.
I'd like
Hands
to...
the monocle over to her. Yeah.
Like, weird the monocle. Can I do a perception check?
Absolutely. You are far more used to magic and the design of magic than... Wow.
Oh, I see nothing! I get a headache like when I was
why does
in-
it do that sometimes? The fuck?
Oh, ow. Loud noise.
Stop
Fix
farting!
the 20s. But the ones still make noise.
Why does the ones make noise? There's no sounds. Oh, punch this fucking module. Jesus Christ.
I was figuring Ania like gets flashbacks to when she was with the dragon and gets a headache.
Yeah. You're able to see it is actually somewhat similar to being within the astral realm. I'd probably say is how you would be seeing the world is you're seeing distinct magical signatures rather than people, I would say. So you can quite literally see the very mana that flows in and out of people through this monocle, which is a very strange and very distinctly odd way of seeing the world. So this would give you like a headache almost immediately.
Ania just squints and grimaces and silently hands the monocle back.
Ooh. Not a fan?
Maybe another time. Gives me bad memories.
Hmm. Huh. Of monocles?
No.
Huh.
A monocle killed my father.
I would like to try another perception investigation check just to look around the shop to see if there's anything of interest.
Absolutely, go for it.
Which one?
Perception.
Let's see if I get any better on this one.
God damn.
Oh, I almost got a 1 again. Hey, 27!
Hell yeah. As you look around the shop, most of the stuff that you see appears to be semi-mundane, like the very simple, very simple items, and like some of them are like a ring that makes it so your hands are a bit tougher. You know, things that have like magical qualities but are semi-mundane to a degree. Probably aren't that expensive. But behind him, something catches your eye. Or behind them, something catches your eye. He like they shift a little bit. And as you look, you know, basically between their arm and their side, you can see what appears to be a small ball. But what catches your eye specifically is you can only tell it's a circle. It is so dark, it doesn't have a shape.
Ania blinks and then dramatically leans to one side and then points.
What's that?
They look at you for a second, look back at what you're pointing, and he goes, "Ah, you've seen the ball of shadows. Very few can see it. At least without proper training." And they kind of reach over and they grab it with their other hand this time. Once again, not looking away from you, as you can hear their arm like crack a little bit before he grabs it off the shelf and
It's kind of
holds it from him.
creepy.
Yeah, when they start reaching for something, they never take their eyes off the person who asked for it, and their arm just kind of bends. But you hear another crack for a second as he moves his hand in front of him. And they go, "This, my friend, is the ball of shadows. Not many people are sure what its design is or why it's here. However, it has been said that when you hold the ball of shadows within your hands, you may travel freely to the land of shadows. Although be warned, if the ball ever falls out of your grasp, you will get stuck there."
Oh.
And Ania looks to Sapphire and sees if Sapphire is interested.
The land of
Yes.
shadows.
Yes.
He's like, "Ah, a shadow walker then. Fascinating. Now, This is a solid 25 gold. So, quite on the expensive side for you, ladies and gents. However, with this lovely orb, you will be able to travel freely from one shadow to another, from one place of darkness, all the way to the other end of the city. The longer you spend in the shadows, however, the longer the shadows have to see you. And the more the shadows see you, the more they want to keep you. So be very, very careful.
I think I'll think on that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can I insight this person? Their tone has changed a lot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Same.
Yeah, I'll insight.
Yeah.
My insight isn't about. I'm just trying to figure out what their deal
I hope it
is.
doesn't shit on us again. Okay,
Bad
good.
people are weird to me.
I got a 1.
What did I get?
Alright, 1, 4, 4 out of 5. Goddamn. Okay. You guys cannot tell anything about them. Even as like their voice kind of lowers, they lean a little bit closer. It feels generally. Oh my God, Sapphire. Sapphire
Miss
can.
Sapphire get?
Um, as you guys are
Ooh.
kind of trying to figure out like how this guy functions, you're not 100% sure. But it's very uncomfortable. You guys can distinctly tell it's very uncomfortable. However, Sapphire, you've dealt with the Fae before. You understand their rules. You understand the difficulties with them. Based on this, you would say this is someone from the Shadowfell. They don't seem to be antagonizing. Generally speaking, most folks in the Shadowfell would not be particularly kind about the manipulation tactics.
Hey, Sin.
Yes.
I might have something to DM you for a suggestion about this.
Absolutely, go for it. But generally speaking, most of the Shadowfell, they are very heavy on their rules. Most specifically, unlike the Feywild, they stick pretty consistently to whatever might be their rulings. The Feywild only has a few set rules that they listen to. Aside from that, they tend to be pretty wild. The Shadowfell, on the other hand, tends to be rules heavy with a few things that they just go wild on. For this guy specifically, from what you can tell, the rules that he has is bargaining, specifically money by money. And it doesn't seem like he can really lie about the stuff that he is presenting to you. Although how he's presenting it is pretty uncomfortable. It's also possible that he's not going to tell you all the downsides, as the Shadow Fae are pretty known that they like to manipulate the situation as best they can. Sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad, sometimes just to be a trickster fellow. And so this kind of like sparks that up for you, I would say. Most certainly.
I'm gonna ask if he will tell me more about it.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. They look at you for a second. Their eyes kind of like not narrowing, but like he kind of leans forward, almost like more interested, and he goes, "Ah, interesting. Well, my dear, this ball can travel you from one section to another as long as you can see the other shadow. Regardless if there is light between you and that area. You go in one side, you go out the other. It takes around 6 seconds or so for you to go through and pop out. However, the more times you go into the darkness, you might get found. You can fight, of course, within the darkness, but they are hungry. So very, very hungry.
That's fair. I'm gonna think on it as well.
Interesting. Well, it shall be here for whenever you folks decide to come on by. And he once again, like, he twists his entire arm back and he just puts it, because it's on a high shelf. So he, like, twists his arm around and he, like, you can hear his bones, like, creaking as he puts it on the high shelf. Never losing eye contact with Sapphire as he does so. The Cloven Coven will be here for all of your needs and desires, whenever, however you desire it to be. Come
Are you a
again.
spider?
A spider? Oh no, dear. Spiders are far too non-mobile. They may have many legs.
I know of another system that actually has a name for creatures like this. They call them Kayal.
Ooh, fancy.
Essentially, it's a person who got trapped in the Shadowfell for enough generations that it started to infect their family members, and then they found a way back into the material plane.
But he smiles and he just goes, "No, dear. Spiders are far too constricting. They have many limbs, but the limbs don't go very far."
Ania seems very pleased by this answer, or something about their reaction. She doesn't comment more, but she seems very pleased.
Interesting. Yeah, he just smiles, the same strange smile they had previously on. He just kind of goes, "The Cloven Coven will always be here for your needs and desires, magical or mundane. If you're looking for nets, we have aplenty. If you're looking for all kinds of magical armaments, we have some and can guide you to others. Come again, any day, any time. We'll be awake, and we'll be watching."
That's very creepy, but thank you for your hospitality.
It just starts laughing at that. Oops.
Nia's fine to go. She may come back later for more goodies.
Alright. Magic or mundane goes unreasonably hard. I love making characters like that. It's so fun. Yeah. All you guys step out of the magic shop. Which, you know, it just closes like a regular door, and the world's the world. Just as it feels like normal.
Clothes shopping.
Clothes shopping.
Yes, I think I'm going to need something a bit more lighthearted after that.
Yes, let's go to the fancy person before they get bunches of people at their store.
You guys head over to that store. It takes you guys around an hour or two to get there because it is quite a distance from where you guys are at the moment. Is at the north end of the Inner Sanctum, just kind of like pressed against the wall of Technolopolis. So it's technically in Technolopolis, but because it's positioning, you could in theory count it as a Inner Sanctum building. As you guys finally get there are quite a few people already there, but they seem to be ones who've either gotten early invitations or ones just made their way soon. They aren't a significant quantity that are there, and it's a rather large building too. So as you guys enter, it's very nice. It's very pristine, and you guys see this man. He looks like he's probably a full human, wearing some of the nicest clothes that you guys have reasonably ever seen on somebody. He has like a tape measure around his neck and a few other bits and pieces on him. And he's like barking orders and moving people around. And he sees all of you and he goes, "Hey, gods, what is the clothing you are wearing?"
Oh no.
You all look like you came out of a barn or the forest. What are you doing here?
Yeah, we're just like looking over his brigantine armor. Like, I think that bad.
Ania, who's
It
usually the
seemed like it
talkative
came together
one.
quite well. It seemed like it came together quite well.
What was that, Neil?
Ania, who's usually the talkative one, right now looks like a deer in headlights, and she's just clutching her staff. She almost looks embarrassed to suddenly be there, and she's not talking.
I came from the endless horizon of the dust and freedom.
Sapphire?
I'm sorry, I was dying of laughter at the coders.
You're more than fine.
Okay, well, I turned to the man and I was like, well, we are in dire need of some fancier clothing.
God, so you are. Okay. Oh, how do I solve this fashion destruction of murder I've seen in front of me? Oh, you gods, you all look like your babs pulled out of the nearest bonfire. All right, how can I solve this? Martha, take away my appointments for the day. It's time to fix an industry standard. It starts moving all of you into like different rooms and shit. He's like, I love the voice.
Nia's like stock still. It's like you go to push her and she's like completely straight.
It's like, hey, your clothing, it's all patched up. It's a very fine patching job, very nice stitches. Have you ever thought about going into a design work?
What?
Never mind that. I have to fix your clothing. Do you like dresses? Do you like skirts? Do you like pin-up suits, ma'am?
Could you go to the others first, please?
Slowly looks over the group and looks at Aldif in basically full armor. Hey, gods! I had not noticed this horrifying armored one. Your face is beautiful, but your clothes! Who wears this kind of clothing outside of a battle?
I do.
Gods! What do you normally wear on your day off? Pigs?
This.
You see all the color drain from his face. he just goes, by the Celestials, I may have found my greatest challenge yet. Do you like skirts, dresses, shirts? Do you like any form of clothing that is not made of the metal coverings of the earth and nature?
A dress is fine.
Kind. And he like looks at you, like his eyes beating towards you.
Whatever fits best.
Hey, gods! She doesn't even know the clothing she desires! Martha! Take them away! You see Martha starts like erasing stuff on one of the papers that she has. Yeah, all of your... How am I going to sort this? You need to stop taking appointments! It's like, never, Martha! Crimes in fashion require to be fixed! I require all of you to go into these rooms It would be such a crime against humanity if one would see you in nothing less than the most pristine of clothes. You must look your best to be your best. Fashion is for all.
Or just like looking up and down. Aldith. I could probably help design a set of brigandine. I'd imagine it would look a bit fancier, but that's my personal thoughts.
Ania.
Looks wonderful, by the way.
Mm-hmm. What are you saying, Neil?
I was waiting for Aldo's response to Gilmore.
I have auditory processing disorder. I didn't understand a word that was said.
Brigandine is a particular type of armor that is on surface it looks like studded leather, considering it is, from a basic standpoint, layer on layer of metal held together
Wait, this sounds so
through.
cool.
It is layer on layer
Gilmore...
of metal plates bound together with rivets, which are basically nails that you fuse into the metal source itself.
Mm-hmm.
And cloth, usually. It's more frequently used by the noble class as when they're going into battle. Is my audio freaking out again?
No, it's just that Alden didn't hear anything Gelmar said. It wasn't the Brigandine that she needed elaboration on.
I mean,
Okay.
I love the elaboration. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm never going to say no to elaboration.
He was basically suggesting the possibility of designing a set of brigandine armor for more formal occasions. And because it would be usable for battle as well.
Oh my
it's useful
god,
for
wait.
both.
No, that's so sweet. she would sort of like look shocked, and then she'd be like, "Are you sure? You don't have to do that. I don't. A dress is fine. I can suffer the consequences."
He tilts his head. Are they really that uncomfortable?
You see the man look at you.
Oh, yes.
And he looks at you with like the most serious look that you've ever seen on his face. My clothing is the most comfortable clothing that you will ever feel.
Ania's trying to sneak out while they're talking.
Seems convincing to me, Gelmar says. I've not been one to try. I've not been one to really shop for clothing. What exactly would you recommend for formal occasions?
He starts walking over to Ania. He like puts his hand on her back. He's like, "Well, first you have to solve fashion problems, like your clothes, madam. You look
my
like
cloak from my mom.
You look like you've been in the forest.
I'm a druid.
And to make you forest-themed dresses. And where you'll like them. You'll like them a lot. Do you like long dresses? Do you like short dresses?
I don't think I want a dress.
Are you a suit person? I can make you a suit.
I don't know. Can I have both?
I like you. I will make you the greatest set of clothing that you will ever feel in your life. I'll make sure both are forest themed too, for your weird druidness.
Ania is like on the the verge of tears.
He looks over the rest of the group. Into the rooms, go, go, go. I will come along nicely to get you your new clothes as I take all of your measurements, and I mean all of them. All of them.
Dakota's just kind of like sidling into a room.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Gelmar's so looking very confused. He's like, I wonder what this experience is going to be like. Like he thinks to himself stepping into the room.
So Dakota just kind of like whispers to Ania from across the room, just like, come back safe.
Y'all good?
Sapphire skipping into a room.
Y'all get funneled into the rooms and such. He goes methodically, like one to run the rooms and stuff. And yeah, true to his word, as many measurements as you are willing to let him take, he takes as much as possible. You notice he does not give even two shits what you look like. Like he goes full, like he starts detailing to you the exact measurements by like I assume they would use like probably metric system and such, so like millimeters and shit. But he would go the exact fucking numbers that he would do, and he would start commenting on every single number that he finds, and like the different aspects, ratios, and is the most gobbledygook shit that you guys will ever hear from this man. He clearly takes pride in the shit that he does, but he takes every measurement that he can. He is very pushy about it too. But eventually he starts bringing out different clothing styles. He starts bringing out different colors. He goes like easily an hour, which each and every single one of you picking out the different clothes styles. He brings in like 6 or 7 or 8 different styles for each person. For Ania, he doubles it because he brings out both the male section and the female section. Oh, he pulls out like color choices. He mix and matches colors. He pulls out like color themes. Like he goes hard into detail, and I mean excessive detail for hours with each of you, until eventually he has managed to form quite possibly the strangest and most interesting mix of colors and clothing that you guys ever seen, and he has it all in like folders that he's like written down the exact measurements, the exact colors, the exact clothing styles, the exact formation that it would work on you, the style and the pattern and the formation that it would have as a finished product. He sketched it all out for each and every single one of you and designed like the way that it might flow and shit like that. And for Ania, he did both a form-fitting kind of male suit and tie, and then also a more flowy and more kind of a little bit more flashy like female one. Both of which with forest aesthetics that honestly you almost would blend into a forest. And he has all the sketches and stuff.
Can I roll Constitution?
Absolutely.
Can I roll Constitution to not cry?
Absolutely.
Do I roll like a save?
Yeah, do a Constitution save.
What do I do?
Oh, on your sheet, oh, there it is. Oof. You tears just start falling. Yeah, he doesn't let up, by the by. He makes you stand there until he's done as he's like sketching all out. It's some of the most beautiful things you've ever seen in your life. Even the sketches are just amazing. Whatever styles and designs you guys want, let me know. But is even the designs that he gives you are some of the best things that you've seen clothing wise. Period. He is truly a master of his craft. But holy shit, does he overwhelm you? And he doesn't seem to necessarily care all that much that he's overwhelming you. He does give you a break every now and again as he like moves into a different room. He seems to give you a break more often than the other one does, probably just to make it so you can formulate yourself to a decent degree. But yeah, every time he walks in that room, he hits your soul hard. Eventually he pulls you all out and you're all dressed again and all your, all that stuff. He has like a packet of like all the different stuffs, and he's like, all right, I will be able to work on this. I'll be able to get you in 2 days. He just stares at your entire group.
Sounds perfect.
Miss, are you okay?
Go back to the
Huh? Did he hurt you, miss? Yeah, 2 days sounds pretty good. and kind of like awkwardly pats your back.
And once I complete all this, I will be expecting a 20 gold delivery fee for all the materials and everything like that, for all of it, because, oh, this is going to be good. Oh, and then you won't look like you've been walking through mud for the last 4 days. Stares at Galmar's boots.
We've kind of been walking.
Yeah, you have been. You will look fancy, damn you! The fashion industry has not been felled today! By me, Monsieur Bellbottom. He says that with the most serious face, by the way. Dead silence. oh, no. Apparently the Discord crashed. At least voice-wise, it seems. Oh, there we go. Hello.
Oh,
hi.
God.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, that was weird.
I can hear everything.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
the Discord... That was
Okay,
really funny timing, by the way, because I just said his name.
No,
Oh,
it cut out
his
for
name
me.
is lost.
It cut out for me at the fashion industry.
I think it's actually funny. He's making fun of Gelmar's boots. He just like looks down and remembers that they're spot. So he's probably been leaving holes in their floor.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Or at least scratches.
Probably scratches. But he had said that.
And he is trying to leave.
But he has said the fashion industry will not be felled today, for I am Monsieur Bellbottom. And he says this in the most serious voice.
Wow.
Good.
He does not stop you from leaving you.
Sounds like you were born for this.
I was born a long time. He just starts going on a story.
Gotta respect that enthusiasm. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Fist hype up or fist based hype up.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all leave with Ania, or you staying to listen to his profound backstory of childhood of fashion? Just smiling.
Coda's very intrigued.
Aldith is dipping.
Dakota's just like standing there, not noticing.
I'm just gonna
Dakota's
say
just
Gelmar
standing
finally
there, not
notices
noticing.
Ania's.
Gelmar?
I'm just gonna say Gelmar finally notices. Wait, am I freaking out again?
No, you're good.
A little.
My connection. Oh, I can see my connection's faltering. Gosh darn it.
Like,
Okay,
we can
I'm
still
gonna
hear
try and
you.
get this out, and we'll see how well it goes.
Oh.
I'm just going to say by now I finally noticed Ania looks distressed. It's like, I should probably go make sure she's all right. I'm just going to step out, give the tailor a wave, even a smile as I follow the rest of the group out.
There. Dakota?
Or as I follow the Ania and the others out.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota's just like, he hasn't even noticed everyone else is leaving. He's just like watching Monsieur Bellbottom's like and like nodding eagerly.
I love that. His story goes on for quite a while as the rest of you guys exit the building. Ania probably has now trauma from this moment.
When Gelmar leaves, Ania walks out to him and holds up her arms to be picked up.
Uppies!
That kind of day hasn't been, he said.
Because Cyril's here.
reaching down. Sarap and Hurblers. I'm not certain how much of that came through. I can see my connection's dying again.
Only a little.
Gosh darn it. Been one of those days, has it? He says, slowly reaching down. He'll pick her up and he'll put her on his shoulders.
Aww.
She
Did
is
that make it
pleased by
through?
this and
Yeah.
calms down a little, and she'll start talking. Yeah. And she'll be like,
He insulted my clothes, and he said I came from the forest, which I did, but he said it in a bad way.
He just doesn't get it. He has his
I
jungle
thought it
who
was
he
gonna be
pursues.
fun.
We don't have to agree with it. We don't have to agree with his stance. It makes you better. I think your choice of wardrobe is wonderful. Believe me, I think you
No,
could
it
teach a whole
sucks.
lot of individuals out there. So, I'm sorry, what?
For all the
Oh,
I'm so
God.
delayed.
offended by this statement.
I've seen individuals walking around with twice as much quote unquote status as you, who dressed about half as fancily. You're fine. You look wonderful.
No, I stick out
Think
like
that
a
you could
sore
teach.
thumb. My cloak has so
Is that a
many
problem?
patches in it, and the shoulders like still partially torn. It's been like a month,
I
and
mean-
the cloak.
I mean, a tire like that, damages like that should be able to be repaired. In fact, I think my sister used to fancy a spell that could do that.
Maybe I'll get a
I'll
spell
have
to
to check
do
back in
that.
with her. Maybe I'll have to
Make
check
it
in with
true.
her next time we.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Maybe I'll
You
have to
cut
check
out
in with
after-
her when we next
after
see
you-
her. Oh no, I
Please
physically
don't
stopped
check in with
talking
Kid and
because like you were
sister
sounding-
about
or
my
had
clothing.
nothing to say. Please, sorry, I missed part of that. Please don't what at your sister about the clothing.
Please don't ask your kidnapped
Gosh.
sister about clothing opinions.
I mean, I wouldn't need to do that. She already has a spell that's known for turning back the time of, or the wear and tear of time. On material, anyway.
Yeah, it's called Mend. I don't
So-
have it yet, but I could get it.
I was just thinking it could be an option if that was the concern. Still, I'd say that something like this tells a strong story as to what it's lived through, what it's done for you, everything that you have accomplished for yourself. It's a story. It's your story, and it's beautiful.
I don't think being bitten in the shoulder is very beautiful.
Don't necessarily think of the experience like that. Think about what it means for what you've been able to withstand, how far you've come, what you've managed to accomplish.
I almost died, and
Okay.
half the party was still down below, and they did not come up until I was almost dead.
That's a failing on us, not on you.
I know, but it's not happy memories. I can get a better cloak. I'm gonna get one from my mom later.
Are you alright? It's starting to seem like the concerns are more than just your attire.
Fine.
Insight.
Go ahead.
17.
Go ahead.
Very nice.
Oh, 17. So the problem is definitely multi-layered. She definitely was already shell-shocked when she went into the place. It seems she generally doesn't have a high opinion of her clothes, and whatever you're saying to her is not reaching her very well. and she has started to just say she's fine because what you're saying hasn't reached her yet. So she's giving up on talking to Gilmore about it at this time. You could get the feeling that this is something a little bit long-standing, though, that she hasn't talked about.
He gives an exhale before her reaching up and giving her a quick back rub as best as he can, considering how much tired she is right now. You don't have to talk about it right now, but you're not in this alone. We work together, and we will support each other to the best of our abilities. And that goes both ways. You've already given me much. I'd like to give some of that back later.
I'll think about it.
That is all I can ask for, I suppose, he says, trying to give you a reassuring smile.
Ania doesn't, like, pull away from the back rub or anything, but she's not, like... She doesn't seem too especially comforted, but she's not, like, trying to get off his shoulders or anything either.
I love Galmar and Nia. This is so sweet. Alrighty. It would be early evening, roughly speaking, as you guys exit thing. You guys are still inside of Technolopolis, just pretty much pressed right against the inner sanctum's walls. You guys are to the north, so it's a bit of a ways to go most places. We'll probably have Cyril meet up with you guys next episode, roughly. He can obviously get his clothes in the same place, although he's gonna have even more trouble with Mr. Bellbottom. Jesus Christ. But yes, so we'll start off with that next episode, along with Aldith getting to go to her church, which either you guys can do during the nighttime, which will be probably mid-evening or so in a couple hours, or you guys can do it after you guys have woken up, which would be in like 12 plus hours or so. Just kind of depends on you guys. Sapphire, he also said it would be at your leisure of when you'd want to do the trials, so you can also do it during the night, which I assume is when your character is most comfortable, or you can do it after you've woken up as well. Up to you guys for the most part. Cyril is also doing some stuff that we'll probably be commenting on what he's been doing during the next episode as well, which will be next week at 6 p.m. PST, next week Friday, 6 p.m. PST on the 22nd. We're going to stop the timer, which is at 8 hours and 27 minutes and 53 seconds. And we are sitting at 212 subscriptions. Jesus Christ. So,
holy crap.
Yeah, I want to give a very special thank you to Yuki. She is an incredible member of the community. She's very, very good, very, very good friend of mine. If you guys have not checked out That Witch Yuki before, absolutely go give her a follow. I think she's approaching 200, or is it 300 now? Let me check real quick so I'm not giving you guys false information. That Witch Yuki is currently sitting at 276 followers. So she's almost at 300. It'd be awesome to get to see her get to 300. So absolutely go check her out if you guys have not already. We're gonna move over to my end screen here. Oh, actually, we're gonna move over to this screen real quick so you guys can look at all this. Obviously, my mouse is not on screen because I'm not using it right now. But all of these goals, with the exception of the 500 one, have now been complete. So I will have to come up with some kind of fucking stretch goals, you absolute goddamn lunatics. Including one for 210, which, wild. And when the subathon is done, whenever that'll be, probably when I'm old, there will be a special plushie or a special pin or something of that sort that will be on my models for each of these different the 3 highest gifted people. But we're going to go to my end screen and we're going to go ahead and do a raid. If you guys have not raided with us before, absolutely go ahead and copy that raid message right there. I'm trying to figure out who I want to raid today. My friend Emmy's online, actually. She's playing Call of Duty Black Ops, which is not a game I really have raided into very often. But my friend Vale's also online, and I haven't raided into him either. But I want to give him some love because he just got affiliate and he's a very good member of Yuki's community. So we're going to pop over to him. He's a fantastic fellow. He's a cam tuber, I suppose. General cam streamer. And he's playing some just general Dead by Daylight. So we'll pop over to him. We'll say hi. Ignore the ads that might play here soon. They're perfectly fine. We're going to skip them entirely by just raiding out. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.